All right.
Here.
Call the meeting to order. Is there any agenda additions or deletions? Hearing none, all those, never mind. Approval of minutes of our regular meeting, September 25th. Make a
So
motion.
moved.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
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 Appropriation workshop, September 25th. They asked for a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Anyone opposed?
Both of these meetings I was not there, so
All right,
I recused myself.
duly noted. Highway Road Commissioners report.
Gonna be working with Katie to start working on salt bids. Haven't heard no bids at all from V-Trans or Peter Favreau. Actually, has actually called me twice, left me messages for return phone calls, but that's, other than that, we've been doing just lake projects, getting ready for winter and touching up the roads here and there, and most of the grading's done.
Yeah, the quarter-line work looked real nice.
Thank
Guy
you.
did a good job.
We got a couple of potholes on Misty Meadows.
Misty Meadows.
When you get a chance.
That's about all I have. Katie probably can lay on the FEMA update.
Yeah, I can do that. So the FEMA update is this DR4720 disaster is only the July flooding event. So that's the from July 7th to the 21st is the incident period. So we had 2 sites that were affected in July, but we had 3 that were affected in the August rain. So we're waiting, hopefully, for another federal disaster declaration to be able to get reimbursed for the August damage. So just so you know. Yeah.
I had a quick question for the commissioner. Where was that driveway going that's off of?
Squires Road.
Yeah.
That's been a safety issue coming off Squires Road onto
Yep.
Middle Road, and we cannot reach it with the boom mower. We actually went in there and hand cut it a couple times, and there's nothing but briar bushes, and you come out and
You're covered.
while you're scratching, bleeding, and stuff like that. So we talked about it with the road crew, and we put a culvert in there so we can have access for the mower to go up on there. We went to the property owner, got permission
Yep.
to open that up. So now the visibility. I've had many calls from a couple of log trucks and other people,
Not being able
townspeople,
Because
not
they
being
can't
able to
see.
We have the school buses coming down, up and down it.
Yep.
That'll give them more visible. On the other hand, too, plowing that intersection, there's many trips back and forth right there, short, just to open up that intersection. You're probably going back and forth 50 feet for about 7 times to open that intersection up. So for the safety of our town truck too, for cars coming up the hill.
So essentially that's really not a curb cut? I mean, even though it's got a driveway there?
No.
Okay.
No. That's something that it's on the town side.
Mhm.
Not required by the landowner to get it because we're the ones going to be using it.
Got it.
We're also, hopefully tomorrow, we're going to start on the other side. We already got permission from Bendick to open up some of that. Not as
On the other side of
on the north side of the Squires
Road, yeah.
And with that being said, I want to get hold of Sergeant Cross, and that'd be a perfect spot for him to.
Put his thing up.
No, to set in the,
Sit
the
there.
cars for
Yeah,
radar.
Okay.
Good
Yeah.
spot.
Both
Good
ways.
hiding spot.
Now,
Yeah.
where
Both
that
ways.
on the north side, there's still that barrier, the concrete
Mhm.
barrier is still there.
Yep.
Is that going to be all removed? And
Nope, that'll stay there to protect the pipes because they shortcut that.
Yeah, when the log trucks come around, they,
Well, not only log trucks but
Anybody.
pickups,
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
and they've actually pushed it. I don't know how many times to move it out of the way. Literally pushed it.
Thank you.
So just for the notes, we'll pick up which side tomorrow?
The north
North
side
side.
of, it's on Bendix.
Okay.
The south side was, Joe Parker Senior. And now we'll be able to just go up there with a mower,
Touch it up.
periodically reach over that and,
Got it.
yeah,
That's cool.
keep brush down.
When can we do something like that over there on Walker Mountain coming out on 133? That gets pretty tricky sometimes.
That's a state project
Yeah,
there.
I know.
Yeah, they just cut that, didn't they?
I think Wallingford resident,
Yeah,
Or
I
come
saw
up.
him out there.
Timoth resident, and he's done it before. He actually goes out, the one runs around with a scooter
Cut
He's
it
out there
down.
with his sai.
and hand side and
Wow.
whacking it down.
I stopped and thanked him.
Yeah. That's always had that fence right there. That fence isn't even there anymore.
Yeah, the fence is there.
Is it still there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like when Chapman had the farm and stuff with the pasture, it all's kept down.
Yeah.
Now it's turned to cattails or regular weed, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, back when I was a kid, the only thing you had to worry about is some of Chipper's cattle running around.
And if you stopped in to see him, he'd chew your ass out.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I have.
That's all.
Unless
That's
George got another thing.
No, I'm sorry.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Well, I was just curious when I went by there a couple of times the other day.
that FEMA thing. That's right. That's pretty well discussed. Approval of select board warrants. There's 15. Everybody
They're
sign
gonna
'em.
come this way still.
Well, we'll pass them right along with total gratitude.
There you go. All right. No guests tonight. You guys don't want to be a guest for this.
Well, make sure Katie's got the names of all the guests.
Any public concerns? Yes, Bob?
One little thing, I don't know the answer to it. Right at the east end of Molten Ave, 107B, there's a boat and a van packed right there. You cannot see.
See around
yourself.
it, yeah.
A lot of people come out of school after picking up their kids and they come through there pretty quick. You know, I know the reason why the van is there. The person has trouble getting around. So he gets as close to step as possible. I understand that. But I don't know. I'd hate to see somebody get hurt, that's all, you know.
Especially the boat. And then in wintertime, it's always covered with snow, so you can't even see around it.
Yeah.
Now that you brought that up, I don't want to interrupt you, but on the north side where those evergreen trees
Yeah, they're starting to
up to
fill
there,
out.
Well, couldn't you, cause that, yeah, that's
not
gonna
in
be
a-
my next
I
question.
don't think it's in our
But,
right of way.
Couldn't you do the same there as you done down at the old Pankowski farm, trim it right up, right to the right away?
Depends on the right of way, the footage. I almost think they're out of the right of way.
Yeah, I think they were planted out of the right away, but I think the limbs and the branches come out into the right of way and block the view.
I'm not sure who owns that property.
So, remember when we
Can look into
tried
it.
to get them to take them out of there or move them back? We had a discussion with the landowner, the guy.
That's changed hands though since then.
Oh, it has?
Yeah, that belongs to Scott Duncan.
That's
now,
Scott
isn't it?
Duncan
Oh,
now.
Scott owns
Back-
all that too?
Yeah, back then it wasn't Scott
Yeah,
that we had to work with.
or couldn't work with.
Well,
He gets around.
And you know him?
Yeah.
Why don't we sit there and talk to him a couple minutes and see if we could do something about it? Because it is, you gotta pull right into the intersection half the
Well, it
time
makes you
just
stop
to look.
too. Makes you stop that stop sign.
Yeah.
On the other hand.
Any other public comments? Old business? Nothing. New business, VLCT. Renewal.
Yeah, the renewal.
I looked through it,
contract.
Katie. Do you have any specific questions? Because everything looked pretty good to me.
Just the coverage form needs to be filled out. You have to select one option. Just as a side note, I think we should probably get the covered bridge appraised when it's completed,
Yeah.
so that can be reflected on our insurance.
I 100% agree with that.
Also, I had asked Cash a little bit about this. I don't know if the addition on the garage,
Sorry, I didn't.
there, the road crew put an addition on the garage, so I didn't know if that needed to be added to the value or how that would be.
Probably have to update the square footage with them,
Okay.
usually. That's how it goes by.
It
It's all,
wouldn't be, it'd be, then they got a calculation for figure.
so usually,
Better, because I was trying to figure it out.
that's usually what they do. Usually you give them the square footage and then they're already assessing that building a cost per square foot probably anyway.
Okay.
So usually you give them this updated square footage and they'll just update it,
Okay.
is my guess. I mean, don't quote me on it.
Yeah, well, just so you know, it's not in that packet right now. I haven't added that.
Send the listers down there.
And my recommendation would be not to go with the lesser, go with the 10 million, go with the
Yeah, I
higher.
agree,
Yeah.
Go with the higher.
absolutely.
And I'll make that a motion.
Is there a second for
Second.
discussion? Hearing none?
Can you have the board chairman sign that?
Yeah, you should have a copy of this. She wants you to check it and sign it. Or if you want to do that one, you can.
This one?
Yeah, you gotta check that box and sign it.
Yeah. All in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
Do we need to have you sign something for this, or
If he gives, he has one copy in front of him. If he
Right
signs it,
here.
that'll be fine.
was that in the motion? Or did we need it in the motion?
For what?
Signature.
For the chair to sign it.
Oh, I thought I included it, but I'm good with.
You did, there.
Oh, okay,
Who seconded that?
I did.
Okay.
All right, town officers report. Heidi, do you have anything?
So just a reminder that the taxes are due this coming Saturday, October 14th. I will be here this week, 10 to 4 each day, including Friday and Saturday. And then we also have a drop box that's been installed that is bolted to the building right next to the treasurer's side door, that I do check twice a day. So, if anybody wants to drop payments before the time that I get here or after the time that we close up for the day, you can certainly do that as well. Also, a reminder that we do accept postmarks. So please make sure that you get your payments, if you're mailing them postmarked by October 14th, which is Saturday. We do have a little ways to go. We're actually running $200,000 behind where we were last year at this time. We still have 1.9 million to collect out of the 5.3 that was billed out between the school and the town.
And what rules do you have around your box out there in terms of what, you're gonna pick a date and a time that you're unlocking and picking it up or whatever?
Well, so I check it first thing in the morning when I get here, and I check it in the afternoon before I leave, and then after the 14th. So we close at 4 p.m. here in the office on the 14th, but legally we have to accept payments until midnight that night of those that are dropped off. So Sunday morning, first thing, I'll pop over, check the box,
Yep.
take payments that have been dropped off late afternoon, evening, to make sure that I get all of those. But anything that is deposited into that box after I pick up that Sunday morning, first thing, those are going to be considered delinquent.
Because some years ago, there was a big brouhaha, Mike remembers that, over somebody came in 10 minutes after 4
Yeah.
o'clock or whatever the closing date was.
Yeah.
So,
The voters have not voted to have a specific time
yep,
on the day that they're due, so we are legally
midnight,
Midnight.
required to accept them until midnight.
yep. That's fine.
You remember that, don't you, Bob? Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess all three of us remember that one.
Katie, do you have anything you wanna?
Just that we did get the speed cart on Alphresia, and we discussed with the sheriff's department. They did move it farther down the road because the location near the train tracks was a little funky. So I think we have the speed cart in town for the next couple weeks.
Oh, good. Yes, you have any concerns?
I'm all set.
George?
Well, let's see, I've got something that we should be able to cover it in about an hour and a half, I think. Let me get my notes here. I'll get it next time.
All right, I'm fine, me. Rob?
I'm all set.
I'm good.
All right, I entertain a motion. Oh, we have to go into executive session.
Yep,
Motion to go into executive session.
so moved.
There's a second?
Second it.
All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
All right.
Anyone opposed? Under personnel.